If only Mulan could have taken Polyjuice Potion from Harry Potter to physically take the form of a dude before signing up for the army. Mulan, directed by Barry Cook and Tony Bancroft, and is the 1998 epic Disney animated masterpiece and the ninth movie of the 90s Disney Renaissance, as well as Disney's 36th animated classic overall. So Mulan tells the story of Fa Mulan, the daughter of the Fa family in ancient China, and recently the Huns, led by Shan Yu, have breached the Great Wall and invaded China. So one man from every family is called upon to sign up for the Imperial Army, and including Mulan's father, Fa Zhou. But Mulan realizes her father by now is too old to ever fight again. So she makes the decision to disguise herself as a male soldier and defy tradition and take her father's place in the army to get down to business, defeat the Huns, and to not just save her father but to save China itself, with the help of her new guardian, Mushu, sent by her ancestors. You all know my motivations for reviewing both the original Mulan and its sequel this month, with a certain shitty and unnecessary Disney live-action remake being released later this month. Why do I have to sit through more Disney live-action remakes after I sat through the worst last year? But, oh well. I wanted to begin March with a positive review, so I'll review the good Mulan first, and Mulan is a utterly magnificent Disney classic. It is Disney at its finest, served epic. This is one of Disney's most epic and animated movies 22 years later. And I initially thought this movie was just a 4 out of 5 star movie in my childhood, but rewatching it over the years, I have certainly boosted my rating now to a full-on 5 out of 5 stars. This is now one of my very favourite movies of the Disney Renaissance. Disney had no shortage of movies in 1998. A Bug's Life, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and of course Mulan. But I think we're all in agreement that Mulan is the greatest of their three 1999 movies. I am most passionate about girl power movies, and Mulan is the definition of a flawless girl power movie. This and Frozen 2 are the quintessential Disney girl power movies, and Mulan herself, voiced by Ming-Na Wen, is pretty awesome. She is the Disney heroine that every single female fan of Disney is inspired by and wants to be. And she isn't signing up for the army to prove a point or for a cause or anything like that. No, she's only doing it because she wants her father and her family and China to be okay, and she's longing for a purpose after thinking she can never pass for a bride that her family expects her to be. She realizes that her true purpose in life is to be a warrior, to be the defender of China, and had she signed up for the armed forces today, she would have easily have gotten in, because there are now far more female members in the armed forces than there were in olden times. But yeah, she is the definitive inspirational role model for a woman in Disney. You know, she shows that that women also have a voice in this world, not just men. And the moments in which she cuts her hair short to look like a male and put on her father's armor and ride off to the army, that scene alone is a masterpiece. It's told without any dialogue. And Mulan's mother, Fa Li, and her grandmother Fa, they serve as the comic relief of Mulan's family. They are, when they're preparing her to be a bride to impress the matchmaker in the "You'll bring honor to us all" sequence. Even when the matchmaker calls Mulan a disgrace, so they are incredibly supportive of Mulan and don't disown her or anything like that. So which is ever so kind of them. And yeah, Mulan's grandma would be my favourite member of the family. When Mulan returns home and she's like, she should have brought home a man, and then one look at Shang and she is struck, like she's jealous that Shang is Mulan's boyfriend, and she's like, sign me up for the next war, you wanna stay forever? And Mulan's father, Fa Zoro, his age now prevents him from even wielding a sword. You can see the worry in Mulan's eyes when she is watching her father attempt to pick up a sword again, but he just can't. He isn't physically able, and he does share some heartfelt moments with Mulan by the blossom tree, especially at the ending when he hugs her and he's like, the greatest honor is having you for a daughter. And Mushu may be everybody's favourite supporting character in this entire movie, voiced by the comedic genius Eddie Murphy himself. This was 3 years before he would voice Donkey in Shrek, and yeah, I personally like Mushu even better than Donkey. Mushu is, even though Mulan's ancestors initially forbid him from assisting Mulan, they order Mushu to wake up the Great Stone Dragon, but Mushu, well, screws that up and takes the Great Stone Dragon's head off. So Mushu also is not afraid to follow his heart like Mulan. Mushu's like, I'm gonna show the ancestors wrong and be the single best guardian that Mulan could ever have. You can't mention Mushu without also giving a mention to his buddy Cricky, the first cricket character in a Disney movie since Jiminy Cricket. And Cricky at the beginning may have messed things up for Mulan with the matchmaker, but he more than made up for that when as the movie goes on, when he and Mushu dress as a general and to give the fake orders. And Yo, Ling, and Cheng Po, Mulan's closest friends in the army. The army scenes in this movie wouldn't be the same without them. Sure, they come off as dicks to her when she first enters the training camp, but after Mulan successfully retrieves the arrow, then the entire camp finally respects her. And maybe the most hilarious scene in the movie is when Mulan is bathing in the lake, and then Yo, Ling, and Chi Po come in, and she's attempting to cover her female body from them, not wanting to expose her identity. I am delighted that these characters would return in Mulan 2 and have an even larger role in that movie. And they would become Mulan's besties for life. and General Shang, the general of the Imperial Army, he would become Mulan's love interest. But as of course, he initially thinks Mulan is just one of his male soldier trainees. So he starts out seeing her as the craziest and bravest soldier he has ever met. And but once her identity is revealed, he even though the law requires it, he thankfully follows his heart and thankfully doesn't execute her because he realizes she saved my life. I'm not going to be an asshole. And I think the one Mulan character that deserves to be talked about more is the Emperor. You think in the finale that he's going to punish Mulan harshly for breaking the law, but no, he doesn't care about her gender. He bows before her and says, "You have saved us all," which is so noble of him. Good on you, man. And Shan Yu, the movie's main antagonist and the Hun leader, he may be the movie's weakest and least interesting character, but I don't think he's one of the worst Disney villains as everybody makes him out to be. But he still is a Disney villain who you would flee before, as he never once sings. There is no comedy in the Shan Yu scenes. Just dark music playing whenever he appears. And in the scene where he captures two Imperial scouts and tells them to send a message to the Emperor, he's like, "How many men does it take to deliver a message?" Then one of his soldiers holds a bow and arrow and is like, "Just one." So damn, so Shan Yu just murders one of the soldiers off screen. His eagle that rests on his shoulder will scare your pants off. But I can think of a character even more unlikable than Shan Yu. Chifu, voiced by a legendary James Hong, who also voiced Mr. Ping in Kung Fu Panda. In fact, Mulan and Kung Fu Panda are exactly the same movie. Both have an underdog protagonist, both take place in ancient China, both have training montages, and both have a villain who the majority call one-dimensional. But sorry, DreamWorks, but for me, Mulan is the superior movie of the two. But Chifu is a dick. I could kick this guy in the balls because he is a dick to women, especially Mulan. Even after she saves your asses, he's still like, "Oh, she's a woman. She destroyed our palace." I'm just like, Emperor, just fire that guy. And this movie is a love letter to all Chinese culture. Disney even took a trip to China for 3 weeks to do their research. The musical numbers all help tell a crucial moment of the story. The songs are all awesomeness, and each of them deserve a reward of a Academy Award for their contribution to the plot of this movie. You Bring Honor to Us All captures Mulan's insecurity about being a bride and also showcases her true frustration about living up to her family's expectations of her. And people say "Make a Man Out of You" is their favourite Mulan song. I disagree. For me, the number one song in Mulan is "Reflection," written by Christina Aguilera. That is Mulan's most personal song, and that's the song that makes me cry in this movie more than any other, because it's a song that everybody sings to themselves. You know, when they look at their reflection in the mirror. When am I going to find my purpose in who am I. But of course, Mr. I'll make a man out of you would be a close second in my ranking of the Mulan songs. This movie has perfect pacing as it knows not to drag out its training montage, unlike other movies. It does Mulan's entire training in the army camp through song, and it doesn't make Mulan a invincible Mary Sue. Hell no. It shows that she's initially the weakest soldier in the entire camp because of her lack of experience. When Shang's about to tell her to pack up, it's only then when she finally overcomes her nerves and with all of her strength as she climbs that pole and retrieves the arrow, and you can see the sweat running down her face. It's also a constant challenge for her to pretend she has a penis, as she knows so little about how to act like a male. And finally, the girl we're fighting for, most underrated song in this movie. A song I would regularly play in my head, just dreaming about who my dreamer girl would be. And the movie knows exactly when to have light relief, and it also knows exactly when to take itself seriously. There's no comedy in the scenes when Mulan finally does go to war with the Huns, like when the army finds out that the main army has been massacred by the Huns, including Shang's father, and the battle on the mountain when Shan Yu and his Hun army are running down the slope. But that is the most freaking epic CGI effect in a Disney movie since the wildebeest stampede from Lion King. And the final battle in the palace when Mulan throws down with Shan Yu one final time to prevent him from assassinating the emperor, and she finally gets the true credit she deserves for all she's done for China. So overall, Mulan starts with an M for masterpiece, and it truly brings honour to us all. I give Mulan 5 stars out of 5, best movie ever. So yeah, Disney, please make more movies like Mulan, because you haven't had a strong female protagonist in one of your movies for some years now. But I am beyond dreading that remake this month. Oh boy, is that gonna suck. But on the upside, at least Disney and Pixar also have Onward this March to at least they have one promising looking movie. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Mulan? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review the underrated sequel Mulan 2. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.